Welcome to Headlocks, Heels, and Havoc, the wildest mixed tag team in podcasting where the kayfabe drops and the chaos takes over. Let's ring the damn bell.
Headlock tight, heels on the prowl, dropping elbows, hearing growl, feel the foul. No script here, just real, no bluff. Kayfabe crack, now the dirt gets rough. Headlocks, heels, havoc in the zone. Step in the ring, chaos at your home. No filters, no mask, just raw bare tone. Wrestling unscripted, we on the throne. Title belts, mic checks, crowd going crazy. Drop truth bombs, leaving lines feeling hazy. Beyond the kayfabe, past the charade, where legends are born and stories get made. Headlock, stop it, who's hitting the mat? Welcome to the havoc where the real talk's at. Tune in, step through, leave the fake at the door. Headlocks, heels, havoc, now hear the roar.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I am 1/3 of the greatest mixed tag team in podcasting, the legend J Mac. With me, as always, is everybody's favorite uncle, Uncle Slam.
What's up?
And, of course, wouldn't be a show without the first lady of podcast wrestling, the Viperess.
Hi, everyone.
Recap time, guys. And I know, well, not only that, man, we're just a few days away from friggin' Thanksgiving, man. How did we get to this point of the year already?
I have no idea.
Time
It's
flies when you're having fun.
yeah,
Sure.
or just getting old. I don't know which one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The older you get, the faster it goes, it seems like.
Big time. I don't know. I don't even know that I care to have Thanksgiving anymore. It just seems like work to me.
It does. Especially when you're the one cooking the entire meal.
Well, see, I don't feel so bad because all I have to do is just cook the turkey, and then my girlfriend cooks the rest. So it ain't really that bad.
Yeah, you got made it easy.
All day, yeah.
I feel bad for her. I feel her.
She likes cooking. She enjoys
That's
it.
true.
Our thoughts and
My
prayers.
daughter,
Our thoughts and prayers go out to her. I won't name her by name, but Lady J. There you go. We'll call her Lady J.
There you go.
But yeah, I feel for you. Tell him to smoke that turkey, Lady J. Tell him to smoke that turkey.
We deep fry it. Shit.
I was going to say, do you all deep fry?
Yes.
I know deep fried turkey's good.
We've been deep frying turkeys for about 10 years now or longer.
Oh, wow.
You know, I've never had a deep fried turkey.
Oh, it is so good.
Ooh, they're so great.
And it takes like less than half the time to cook it and shit. You know, most time turkeys take, 2-3 hours. I cook
Or
mine
more.
about an hour or so.
Dang. Yeah.
Wow. That's great, actually.
I'd like to try me some deep fried turkey at some point in time.
It's delicious.
Definitely. Recap show week, man.
It's been a while. It's been a long time since we did a recap, honestly.
Well, we had a good show last week with the Nice Guy podcast and everything. Crown the greatest intercontinental. I couldn't get it out there for a second. My brain skipped. The squirrel fell off the wheel for a second, but it's okay. He jumped back on. But no, we determined, as much as it kills me to say it, that Bret Hart is the greatest intercontinental champion of all time. I say that with such enthusiasm. I still say that there was a screw job that happened there somehow with Shawn Michaels and everything. I feel it was a reverse Montreal.
One, part 2.0.
Yeah, it was just the reverse Montreal. It was Bret's way of getting back at him for being better.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All those great minds cannot be wrong and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all that wrestling knowledge can't be,
It was like a 3-2 vote.
Hey, I'll take what I can get. Hell, I'll take what I can get. Okay,
that's funny.
Shit. Oh man,
that's all it takes. A win to win.
That's right.
Whether you win by 2 or you win by 50, it's still a win.
That's right. It's still a win.
Now, like, wait till we do like the world champion one day and shit, and then that might be a different story and shit.
Yeah, Sean will be there too.
Oh, that one's gonna be a really hard one to do, and everybody's gonna argue on that one.
Yep.
I would say for one like that, we would almost have to expand it to like a field of 64.
Oh, easily.
Oh, absolutely.
Just
Oh, yeah,
because there would be, and that would almost be like a 2-part, a series, to get through it, because it takes 3 hours basically, and
Just
that's
to do the one we already do.
yeah,
Yeah.
32 teams, because we did the tag team with Brox, and then we did the Intercontinental with Nice Guy, and both of them were right at 3 hours long to determine and everything.
Mhm.
But 3 hours of good wrestling conversation, other than the fact that Sean got screwed. But
he fell where he was supposed to fall.
He fell where he was supposed to fall.
well, I am going to plug something real quick before we get into the show, if I can get to it real quick. Excuse me. Tonight in Hazard, Kentucky,
yes,
there is going to be a War Games match with Appalachian Mountain Wrestling. I'm trying to pull up the card here to let everybody know.
They've got a massive card for tonight.
I
They
wish we could
already
go
had
so
the 2
bad.
rings up and everything. I've seen them on Facebook, and it's beautiful. It's awesome. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a card and a half too.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. I'll just read off theirs. Saturday, November 22nd, the biggest night of wrestling is here in the Bluegrass. AMW Thanksgiving Turmoil War Games 2025 from Hazard High School in Hazard, Kentucky. The main event is a War Games match. 2 teams, 2 rings, 1 huge cage. Team AMW, Kyle Maggard, Marty Clay, Wes Barker, and the Head Heat Seekers versus Team New South, Stan Sierra, Misery, the Box Office Blondes, and Eric Porter. The fate on AMW is on the line. Which side are you on? AMW tag team titles are up for grabs when the Country Gentlemen, great tag team. If you haven't seen them, go watch them on NWA Power, YouTube, wherever. The Kazanas are great. Let's see. When the Country Gentlemen defend against the 8-time world champion Carl Machine Gun Anderson and the Big LG Doc Gallows, the world famous Good Brothers from WWE fame and Bullet Club fame.
And the OC.
The OC, yes. Let's see. John Noble looks to head off into the sunset in his final and last ever match in wrestling. But first, he has one final score to settle when he takes on the headliner, Chris Michaels. So John Noble this is his retirement match. AMW Southern Champion Lord Murphy, I don't know how to say his name, Lord Murphy, will defend his title against not one but 2 men in a triple threat match, Chase Emery and Michael, I'm guessing that's Zodiac, but both with a bone to pick when it comes to the champ, who will walk away the winner. And in saying this, people, please don't hold this against me. We are really new to indie wrestling, so we are trying to learn all these wrestlers and everything. And it's no disrespect to any of them. I don't know how to pronounce some of their names. I didn't know how to pronounce a few of the WWE guys at certain points in time. So, let's see. RT3 takes on Adrian Alexander in their first ever meeting. Shout out to Adrian. The hottest free agent in Kentucky takes on the chainsaw wielding Evil Nate. Big Mama defends the AMW Women's Championship against Sweet Judy Lee. AMW GM Lemon Juice Jones, the Kentucky champion Marcus Johnson, Z Collins are all scheduled to appear as well. Also, the AMW Hall of Fame, Joe Kazana. Oh, these are the inductions. Okay, so the Kazana's dad, the Country Gentleman's dad, is going into the AMW Hall of Fame. Well, that's awesome. Congratulations to all these people that are going in. These are the names: Joe Kazana, Andy Douglas, J.R. Everidge, Dale Bass, Izzy Slapowitz, and Roger Anderson. I like that Izzy Slapowitz. I don't know why. It's kind of funny.
That's cool.
Says get your tickets now. VIPs have sold out. Ringside and bleachers still remain. There's a link if you go on to their Facebook page, and I know it's also being offered on pay-per-view as well.
Pay-per-view.
So, check it out, guys.
It was less than $13, by the way.
Yeah, you can't beat that. That's the deal, especially what you pay nowadays.
Yeah, it was $12 and something.
So from what I've seen of just watching some of the clips of AMW and everything, great organization. Go check them out, support them.
Yes, please.
They're doing big things in Appalachian Mountain Wrestling. So definitely check them out.
Tonight's the one to watch.
Yes,
Support
especially
local-
at War Games.
Yeah, local indie wrestling. Definitely always support your local indie wrestlers first.
Yes.
Always.
Oh yeah. Again, I know we say it all the time.
We said it last night on TikTok Live.
Yeah, I never thought I would enjoy wrestling, indie wrestling, more than I do WWE and stuff like that.
Right.
But it's just gotten so corporate, and the indie wrestling isn't. You know what I'm saying? It's right there. It's in your face. It's up close and personal. It's not a million miles away like a WWE ring.
And it doesn't cost an arm and a leg. Like, you don't have to take a loan out just to go watch a show.
Right.
Take the whole family and shit, have a good time and not break the bank.
I mean, how can you be a $13 pay-per-view?
Exactly. I don't think anything costs $13 now, Harley and shit. You barely get a combo.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't even think movie theater tickets are $13. I think they're more than $13 now.
So, yeah.
Well, I can go ahead and announce on the live. we were supposed to have Adrian Alexander on the show, but technical problems and everything, he's got a big show tonight. It slipped his mind. Nobody's at fault. Adrian, if you're listening, we love you, brother.
We love you.
Yeah.
We will definitely reschedule. I don't even fret it, man. You go in there tonight, you kick ass,
and you win that. You do that shit.
That's it, man. You
got your back.
That's it. That's all we need you to do. Don't even stress it, man. You go have fun and do your thing tonight, as only you can do.
Absolutely.
So no worries, brother. We love you. But yeah,
that's awesome.
he's messaging me right now. He said, "Man,
at least he's okay." That was what I was worried about too. I was just making sure he was okay. I'm a mom. I can't help that.
he is awesome. His organization as well is awesome. Elite Wrestling Alliance.
Yeah,
we love
go
them.
check them out too.
Yeah, yes, and go ahead, Uncle Slam.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, they always show us love. I mean, like, they always treat us like family, like when we come to the shows and stuff. So I mean, nothing but love. And he's a busy man, so like I said, we definitely understand. Slipped his mind, nothing at all.
And that's it. We wouldn't probably be here if it, and it's no disrespect to anybody else, because everybody has jumped in and helped us, as from Nice Guy Andy to wrestler Cash Adkins, the list goes on and on. But everybody in the business, you always hear wrestlers, especially, or referees, whatever, they always give their flowers to the people who broke them into the business. Not that anybody else didn't help them out along the way too, but honestly and truthfully, if that's the case, then Adrian and Brox are the ones we gotta thank. They're the ones that got us on
biggest
this path.
to think of.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
100% agree.
If it wasn't for them too, we wouldn't have been able to have people like Cash Adkins on the show, Nice Guy Andy podcast,
or even have the StreamYard that we use to produce the show, from ideas to content, from all that is from just knowing them guys. They've helped us out.
And it's like I said last night on the podcast, or the TikTok live last night. You always hear these horror stories about wrestling, and about the behind the scenes politics and stuff like that and everything. And I'm sure it's, you've got the ones that are few and far between, but I can honestly and truthfully say, as far as I'm concerned, we have been blessed, because I have not met anybody with an ego.
Yeah.
There is not. I mean, we have Hall of Famers
Hmm.
that are coming on our show to help us out.
Yeah,
They don't have to do that. They don't have to take their time out, but they're
absolutely.
doing that. I have seen nothing but love from the wrestling business.
Yeah, I
As far
agree.
as, I can't, I can't say anything bad about it. But
Yeah.
anyways, check out your local indie wrestling guys. It's awesome. Support them because just like Uncle Slam always says, today's indie stars are tomorrow's WWE, AEW, New Japan, and all that stuff. They're the ones you're going
Very
to be
true.
watching. So go out there and get them. Give them their flowers too. Well, for my first story on this here recap episode, let me see if this is it. Oh, yeah. So the light skinned kingpin, King Ricochet, says, I am better than both of these old farts. Talking about
It's sad that he has to compare himself to two older men because he can't stay relevant enough.
because he can't
Yeah.
compare himself to nobody today. Thank you.
Right.
Wow.
That is my problem. And I love Ricochet. Like, I absolutely love Ricochet. But, like, this is what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Ricochet can do his little 650 flips, and I guess with some training, maybe Ricky Steamboat could have too. But here's what made Ricky Steamboat so great: he didn't have to do that shit to make himself relevant.
I think
True.
he was ahead of his time back in the day.
Right. But I'm just saying, it wasn't to me. If it's like, I think it was Brock's we were talking to about all these constant spots and everything, all these constant high spots in matches and everything
Yeah.
nowadays. That's what Ricochet's match is built off of. It's just jump, flip, jump, flip, jump, flip, do something crazy, flip, flop, boom, it's over. There's no
No, you're right.
storytelling. Those two men right there, I've watched those
Yeah,
two
tell a
men wrestle
story.
for an hour and have you on the edge of your seat for the entire friggin' hour. So, and guess what? They didn't do one flip. The only flip they done was maybe a monkey flip or a back flip, a basic wrestling move. They didn't have to do all that
Basic skills.
650 jumping over the top ropes and all that stuff. So yeah, I don't know. That just, I can't stand when the younger people just completely disrespect the older people, especially
Yeah,
to call them old farts.
to
Buddy,
show the
you
Yeah, that was
disrespect.
disrespectful.
Yeah, like these are people that paved the way for you to have what you have now as far as it is in wrestling. The people that blood, sweat, and tears made sure that you got those guaranteed contracts, or that you got the medical that you got, or that when you're out that they are going to pay for your rehab and get you back in there and stuff. But
Mhm.
yeah, a lot of these young people, they just don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Man, you gotta know your history like before you can know your future and stuff. So
Right.
I think they need to definitely show some respect.
Take a
Oh,
step
yeah.
back and refocus. This is not. So this
I
is, I
agree.
just want to get this out here too. So if any wrestling fans are watching this, seeing this or whatever, I'm not for sure of the exact link. But there is a petition going around to get Marty Jannetty into the Hall of Fame. Do you all think Marty should be in the Hall of Fame? I personally do.
I don't know enough about his career to say otherwise.
Him and Shawn Michaels, rockers.
I mean, I know who he is,
Right,
but I
Are we
didn't
talking about as
like.
tag teams, or are we talking about just individually?
I'm just saying, in whether tag
This is
team's fine.
particularly in part of the tag team, the Rockers.
Right.
If
I mean,
you're
that's
going tag team, then that's a slam dunk. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
mean, the Rockers definitely go.
and
in.
it's not even from just the WWE. Look at them in the AEW. They were multiple time tag team champions. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's not like the Rockers were never world tag team champions anywhere or anything like that. So I don't see why. And even I don't have a problem with it, even if he does get in as a singles, because even if he is a single, I mean, he was an Intercontinental Champion.
Well, see, like that's what I was gonna say, because he was the IC champ. I didn't remember that much.
So I mean, at the end of the day, I don't see why just Marty Jannetty, whether you base it on his tag team accolades or individual accolades, isn't enough of a legend to be in the Hall of Fame. I personally say put him in there. But, I'm impartial too because he's part of one of my favorite tag teams all the time.
Yeah.
So,
Which I understand that, but if you've looked just at the last, well, I mean, even the first induction for this year, for this next year coming up, it seems like that it's almost political in a
it
way.
is. It is.
So
That's-
it kind of worries me for like the future Hall of
What do you
Fame,
mean
like that
political?
there'll be like more, because the only reason why they actually inducted Stephanie into the Hall of Fame is because they needed something big for their first ESPN
Oh,
PLE, and it seemed like it was just a political move. So I'm worried that maybe it might be more of a political move, like all the rest of them. See, like I'm going to assume that John Cena is going to end up in the Hall of Fame
I can
this
see
next
Cena.
year.
Now, I can see Steph getting in, but I wouldn't put her above a lot of other female wrestlers. Like if
No, I
you know,
agree.
I mean, I'm not saying like she doesn't deserve to be in there, but I would have waited a few years easily to even consider her because there's so many
Right.
other wrestlers that are way
More
better
deserving.
or had more impact. Now, if you're saying like behind the scenes, as far as storytelling or like whatever she did, as far as creative part, now that might be
Mm.
something different that we all don't know about. But if we're just talking about in ring, no,
Stephanie in ring, hell no. Stephanie
no.
in ring was terrible.
No, Stephanie all around, yes, 100%. But I just, like I said, the only reason why they put her in the Hall of Fame at the time is politically. So it just worries me about the future Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
At least WWE wise. Let me rephrase that.
there's
WWE's
better
Hall of
options.
Fame has always been political as far as
For the
you
most
know what I'm
part,
saying?
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't political, then Demolition would be in there.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They're one of the probably, as far as WWE tag teams, they're probably
Mhm.
top 10 of all time. I'm not going to say just overall wrestling, but WWE alone, they're probably top 10. I think they were like the first 3-time tag team champions. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
Those are some of my favorites. So
yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
have an issue putting them in there. At least top 10. I wouldn't put them top 5, but top 10.
Right.
right. And I mean, just, but it's because of the fact that they had a falling out with the WWE that they're not in there.
Mhm.
It makes no
That's
sense.
why I was saying political.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What
All
is this
right.
one? Oh, yeah. So, what about the TKO president saying that they need to move past the Vince McMahon created events like Royal Rumble and WrestleMania? They're wanting to
What are you going
change
to do?
Vince the names of these pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Who said
Okay.
this?
The TKO
The
president,
TKO
Oh,
president, yeah.
hell no. Why are you,
he said,
what is wrong with these people?
he said,
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
TKO president, we need to take the torch and move past PLEs created by Vince McMahon.
Does he even know anything about wrestling at all?
Yeah.
Okay, well
No.
then he shouldn't have a fucking opinion. I get tired of these people that come in and act like they needed an opinion about something that they know nothing about.
Yeah.
The-
I don't even know how to put. Go ahead, Uncle Sam.
Like, I mean, like this just sounds like some new age branding shit. It's like, oh well, we want a fresher, newer image, so we need to get rid of the pay-per-view from the past because they evoke sentiments of Vince McMahon, and he's a terrible person. Like, no, the pay-per-views stand on their own and shit. Man, we're talking about the foundation of fucking wrestling pay-per-views, or as wrestling as we know it, was with those pay-per-views and shit. Like, that's history. Like, you don't take that shit away. Like, you don't get rid of that. And I don't understand like how those pay-per-views, I mean, are like, Vince's, are like synonymous, I'm trying to say synonymous with Vince McMahon, because I don't think of those pay-per-views. I don't think, oh look, that's Vince. I think of what happened in those pay-per-views. I think of, WrestleMania and Hulk and Andre and shit, or I think Survivor Series and
Right.
all the different teams that fought each other and shit. I don't think of Vince McMahon. Yes, I
Oh,
know
it's
he created.
WrestleMania. It's WWE.
That would be the only one
Yeah,
that I would actually put two and two together, because I know the story of where he went on vacation and came back with WrestleMania.
yeah.
That would be
No,
like the only one. But other than that, it's
Well,
stupid.
like
for
when
shit
I
like WrestlePalooza. Come on,
right,
y'all.
WrestlePalooza was just stupid.
That's
Like,
the best y'all can do. You want to switch WrestleMania for WrestlePalooza or some bullshit like that? Come on in here.
come
No.
on, like,
I look at it
stop
this
playing
way.
with me.
When I
Yeah,
think
exactly.
of WrestleMania, I think WWF/WWE.
Mm.
When I think of Starcade, I think of NWA/WCW. There's pay-per-views, PLEs that are just synonymous, like you said, with these companies. It was the company's show, their big blowout for the year, and
Right.
it just why well, if that's the case, then we shouldn't call Thanksgiving anymore, because we should rebrand it to the day we just eat dinner with people,
Yeah.
or something else, because we've
Happy
called it
Givings or
Thanksgiving for
some
100,
shit.
Happy Givings, because we've called it Thanksgivings for 250 years. We're going to call it
Appreciation
Happy
Day. There
Givings.
you go.
Right,
Appreciation
right.
Day.
It
Happy
just makes
Appreciation Day.
right.
Yay. It sounds better.
It's
It
stupid.
makes people feel.
I'm sorry. It just I don't agree with it. It's
I don't know
dumb.
who said that shit.
I don't either.
Like I said, they do not know wrestling. Like anybody who would say something that stupid. Like I'm excited now that they have started bringing back, like the names of like Halloween Havocs, Starcades, War Games, shit like that. Like I love those, names and stuff. And then you want to get rid of the basic four.
Right.
What are we
Mhm.
like? What are we doing here? Like, are we trying to destroy wrestling? Are we trying to incorporate it for real? Like, is this some evil real life plan where the corporation is taking over?
Pinky and the
It's
brains
just
up there at
history happening
TKO.
again.
I mean,
With
fuck.
Vince
If it
sold
ain't
to
broke,
Pinky and
don't
the
fix
Brain.
it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, what's wrong with these
Right.
pay per views? Like, there's nothing wrong with these pay per views. Leave them the fuck alone. I'm
It,
sorry
it
for my
Mhm.
language, but yeah, like, leave them the
No,
hell
I
alone.
agree.
100%.
Like,
Let's
it's
see
ridiculous
here.
on that part.
TKO just doesn't know what they're doing with wrestling, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think
They
it's
don't
going
know
to
what
be
the
long before TKO sells. I
I really,
honestly and truthfully don't think it's going to be long. But the sad thing is they're going to sell it to the Saudis,
yeah,
and
and
when they
then it's
sell it to the Saudis, then there goes. I honestly, I'm telling you right now, if they sell it to the Saudis, the money's going to be there to bring the talent there. But I don't know that a whole lot of the talent's going to want to go there.
exactly.
The
I,
talent's going to go to TNA. The talent's going to go to AEW, and they're going to demand better stories and stuff like that at those companies, and they're going to take
because the
over.
creative's not going to be there, the freedom's not going to be there to do what you want to do and shit. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have strict
But do
rules.
you
You're going to
think
have
they
strict.
care? They just want the money.
Right.
Well, some people will. Like some people, just like anything, it's about the almighty dollar. And other people are like, I'd rather have the freedom to do what I want to do, and the money will come later on and shit.
And I
You
don't
know,
mean anything bad, but I don't see a whole lot of the female stars being really excited about going and working for a company based out of Saudi Arabia.
well, they'll pay
I'll
them
straight
good.
up
Like
tell
I
you,
said,
hell no.
of course, some will, like I said, because them paychecks will be too much. They'll be like, like what I can make in 5 years, I can make in 1 year here and shit. So I'm going to suffer for that 1 year and shit, and come and play their game, and then I can retire, early or something.
Well, that would make sense. I could do that. I
But
could
it's
fake
just
it for a
stupid.
year.
But it's just stupid that anybody should have to. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
very true too.
when we
I
could
don't have.
just get the TKO execs out of the damn way and let the wrestling people run WWE, and then you could have an actual good product.
Yeah,
Like the way it should be.
let the people do what they were doing before, because they've been doing this shit for years. Why come in and think you know more than they do? You do not know more than these people who've been giving their their livelihood for this shit.
Mhm.
And then somebody in a corporate suit comes in and be like, no, I think we know better. This is what people want to see. This is what people want. This is what the analytics. This is what our spreadsheets say and shit.
Mm.
Instead of being like, no, I've been in here. I've been promoting for 20 plus years. I know what crowds want. I know what's get them. Like what people want to see. But money talks.
It's just sad because
It
the
really is.
product is suffering. The WWE's
Badly.
product is suffering, and it's WWE that's making me want to watch indie wrestling. It's what's making me think about getting this AMW pay-per-view tonight. Sitting here just enjoying, some actual wrestling, I mean, I don't know. But anyways, let's see. Okay, yeah. So Kevin Nash on his show, I was trying to remember what this one about. He everybody's giving Triple H hell about the Saudi Arabia shows and stuff and everything. Speaking of which, to segue into this, and Kevin Nash basically said, look, Triple H is the head of creative and stuff. He's the CCO or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's in charge of the stories and everything that goes on that way, blah, 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 promotion and stuff. He is not in charge of where these shows are going to be at.
Mm-hmm.
That's the TKO execs. TKO is putting these shows in Saudi Arabia because of the fact that the money is pouring in from it.
Well, they bid for like these places bid for these PLEs, and it goes to the highest bidder every time. I've heard an interview with Stephanie McMahon that says the same thing.
And that's the thing. It's like, I never really thought about it. Do I think that Triple H is pushing too much of the same story? Yes. But I can't put the fact that, tomorrow it's going to be in Tunica, Mississippi on Triple H. You know what I'm saying?
It has nothing to do with him.
Right. He's not the one booking the venues. He's just the one booking the shows, and the talent and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I think people have a misconception that Triple H is just in charge of everything WWE. That they just said, TKO said, here, Triple H, you just do everything and we'll just, let you do. No, that's not what's going on.
So who decided to put WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia? Now, was that his call or is this TKO?
That's TKO's. That's all TKO. I mean, it just, I don't know. The blame for it is there's enough to go around for everybody. As far as the shows not being what they should anymore, as far as like the show, well, for the shows not being there, for the, everybody being mad that they're doing so many shows in Saudi Arabia and stuff and everything. There's enough blame to go around to where WWE just needs to get their shit together and, either start doing stuff for the fans. And just like old dude said, they are, 100%. We're planning on raising prices even more.
I 100% like believe that shit without a doubt. Like,
I mean, he came out, the head of TKO or whatever, or no, was it Nick Khan? I can't remember. It was somebody. But he said, yeah, they totally admit that they're going to be raising prices more and stuff like that. And I'm just like, then why are we still supporting it?
Do you think that that's why they're doing more of these PLEs in other countries because they will pay the higher prices? And that, because to them, it might be more of a treat compared to us who kind of expect it regularly, like where, this is our home base, and or like home country.
It wouldn't surprise me if it wouldn't surprise me if WWE becomes more kind of like the boxing, how boxing kind of was always doing the international fights, because of the fact that they could get around the athletic commissions and stuff like that.
Well, and it's supposed to be a world title, so you can't have it in
R-
one area
And just
and
in
say you
one place.
represent the world.
But
Right.
see, but that's what I mean. I think it's going to be, you expect every year when you hear, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, something like that, you expect it's going to be somewhere within the United States or Canada.
Well,
You
yeah,
know,
100%.
I think it's going to be, I think it's going to get to the point to where you expect it to be somewhere in the world, and then it's going to be a special occasion if it comes to San Francisco.
I don't like that.
I don't either, especially like if we're talking about WrestleMania. I don't have an issue with like some of the other pay-per-views, but I want the big four to be in North America. I think the other ones I don't really care as much about. Like if you want Backlash and the Philippines or No
Clash of
Way
the
Out,
Castle.
yeah, like Clash in the Castle or whatever it is, like that doesn't bother me and stuff. But I want my WrestleMania to be in America. I want my
Royal Rumble.
SummerSlam. I want my Royal
SummerSlam.
Rumble, yeah, to be in America. I think that that's just tradition. I mean, there's too many places around here that you can do it. Too many new stadiums, too many big places that you can, whether it's a baseball, football field, whatever you want to call it, arena and
Rupp
shit. Like
Arena.
there's too many of them. AT&T damn stadium. Like there's all these places that you can do it here. Now, if
Hmm.
you want to do some other one, like a big massive one in another country, I don't have a problem with that. I just want
But
my
leave the main
basic
three
four.
alone.
Yeah, four. I think it was it
What
WrestleMania,
was the fourth one?
SummerSlam. What there's WrestleMania,
WrestleMania,
SummerSlam,
Royal Rumble,
Survivor Series and
SummerSlam,
Royal Rumble.
Survivor Series.
yeah, Survivor Series. Okay, yeah,
That's the big four. But yeah, and see, that's the thing. It's like I don't want to see the New England Patriots playing the Philadelphia Eagles for the Super Bowl in England.
yeah. Now think that would be weird. Now, but I don't have a problem with them playing a regular season game and shit. I don't want to see a
Right.
playoff game and shit.
I
'cause
want to
think
see
that
it's an American sport. It's an American championship. It needs to be played in America.
but they're
You
also
know,
trying to expand the game, they're trying to get those other markets, those untapped dollars that are out there and shit, like
that's
the
exactly what it
Mhm.
is.
kind of like the NBA with China and shit. They changed a lot of way they behave. As far as the fighting and tone down. Like some of the aggressiveness because Chinese audience doesn't like that stuff. Like they don't enjoy that.
Mhm.
So to get that market, they had to change that. Now they did, and now they are making a lot of money off basketball, like in the NBA, in as far as China. But as soon as they
Mhm.
piss China off, then they're like, "Oh, cut that shit off."
Yep.
We're not going to
Right.
broadcast any more games. But they use that to hold against us. Same thing I think might happen with other ones. You're going to get some type of backlash. By like sending some of these pay-per-views overseas that should stay in house. Not all
Big
of them. Not but like I said, and there's so many pay-per-views, so there's no excuse that we can't do whatever, and you can make up all new ones too if you want to, but keep the classic ones the way they are and like where they should be. Don't change the name. Don't change. You can keep them North America. That's just my take. That's how I feel as an old
I
school
agree.
wrestling fan.
I 100% agree with you.
I do
Just
too.
keep it here, and I don't even have a problem with them like maybe expanding, especially with them buying AAA. I don't even have a problem with them expanding, like taking WrestleMania to Mexico.
That's North America still though.
But it needs to
Yeah.
be accessible to the American people, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's our American version
It's
of
our
wrestling.
product.
Yes. It's just like New Japan. I wouldn't expect New Japan Super Show to come over here and be at Cow Palace and, or, something like that.
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense. This is
No.
I don't know. I just don't get it. So segueing even again,
Oh, good
I seen
God.
something, but I thought this was kind of an interesting take. That if things ever did go south with TKO and WWE, and particularly with Triple H, How weird would this be?
Never happened.
I don't see a problem with that.
To go over I don't see it happening, but man, could that be the shot in the arm creatively that AEW might need to
I like the look of it.
I mean, yes, I know there's stories that Triple H has politicked his way into things. And whatever, I hate the whole politic thing because just like I said, if you're the champion and you can say 5 words and keep a belt around your waist for one more day, you're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, 9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Look at Hogan. And just an example, Hogan didn't want to drop the title to Sting because he wasn't tan enough.
Shut the fuck up. Are you serious? No.
That's exactly what he told.
Don't say things. Wait, that's real?
That's exactly the night of Starrcade. That's what Hogan told Bischoff. The reason he didn't want to drop the title to him that night was because he wasn't tan enough.
What does that have to do with anything?
I mean, I guess it was his way of saying he hadn't been hitting the gym and he hadn't been, hitting the beach and stuff and everything.
Hitting the tanning bed
to keep the look.
Getting cancer.
Well, just to keep the look up and everything, so that it.
Oh my Lord!
So I guess that counted for something. Hell, what the fuck?
But that's what we were talking about on the live last night. Because, what sense does that make if the Sting character was a brooding character? Then you know what I'm saying.
Why would he need to be tan?
Why would he be out in the sun? He's hiding and shit in rafters. There ain't no sun in the rafters. So I mean. But if you can politic, to do that, then I understand. But getting back to Triple H, so if Triple H can politic his way into getting a more secure job, that's one thing. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that he doesn't know the business. You know what I'm saying? At least enough to where he could change the product around a little bit. At least start the incline for somebody else to come in and take the reins and shoot it up to the top of the mountain.
I think Tony Khan's ego is a little bit too big, and his playhouse is a little bit too big to be allowing Triple H to come in there and do anything. So
it is.
It's the whole family part too. Like if it was just him as a wrestler, but he's got too many connections to McMahon. Yeah. Hooked into that company. I mean that is their company and shit. So you can't, it's not just business, it's personal too. So I mean that's the only reason I would say that it would never happen, but I would love to see it happen and shit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's just that family connection. I don't see them going nowhere on that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it would mean to WWE to lose Triple H though? Even if he didn't go to AEW?
I mean, I think it would be a loss, but I don't think that. No,
I don't think they would die because because it's not just one person that runs it and shit. It's
not only Triple H. It's
a multi-head monster and shit. So to kill it, you'd have to kill a lot more than just one person and shit. Vince didn't make it to die that easily and shit. He was smarter than that. He made it even when he was gone, it was still gonna survive. So
yeah.
So let me ask you this.
We all thought the same thing with that.
Because I'm getting these kind of vibes I'm getting kind of WCW type vibes now from the WWE. As far as the way the corporate's always kind of interfering and pushing this other stuff.
Same thing. I keep thinking we are literally just repeating history and nobody seems to notice.
I got to thinking about that and I was like, man, because there's all these, I don't know how to say it. It's just I'm
Weird
getting
coincidences?
WCW. Yes, I'm getting WCW
The writings on
vibes.
the wall, their signs, like however you want to put
Yes.
it, you know what I'm saying? Deja
It
vu,
literally is just happening
probably.
again.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, corporate came in on them. Corporate came in on them. Stories got changed. Stories are getting changed. You know, fans aren't happy. Fans aren't happy. Like I said, there's a lot of similarities and shit. When it comes to the downfall of one, it's the downfall of another.
Mhm.
So,
Like you take the bottom piece of it out of a tower and you watch it fall.
mhm.
How,
So
how how vindicating would it be if something like that was to occur and Eric Bischoff got the investors together to buy WWE?
OMG,
coming
that
full
would
circle.
be the icing on the cake. Right, full circle. Full
That would be
circle.
hilarious. I would
I
just
Oh
love
my
die
something like
goodness.
that.
laughing. I would
What
die
if that
laughing.
happens, you guys?
I
That's
You
funny.
heard
mean,
it here first.
it's wrestling. You never say never.
True.
All righty, let's move on from TKO.
Dude, I love you,
So
Dom.
it's, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this was a quote from Jake the Snake Roberts. He said, Dominic, he's still younger, and also his gimmick. He's got so much mileage left in his gimmick of being the punk kid, the weasel with the bad attitude. He's talented, he's good, but he's got an ego. The smart ass chewing the gum. That's not the world champion, but he's going to make it a lot of money. And that over the next year, 2 or 3 years at least. And Braun Breaker will be the world champion before 3 years from now.
Oh, well,
Yes.
yeah. The bottom
Yes.
part I agree with.
Yeah.
The
Totally.
other,
Probably less, honestly.
I agree with the top part because I don't see the gimmick that Dom has now being the world champion, sinister. I'm going to hold on to this belt no matter what. It's too likable.
He's a AAA world champ, ain't he already?
He is,
Yes.
but I'm talking about like WWE world champion.
Yeah, but he's already a world champ.
It's,
yeah, he's
yes,
already a world champ. He's doing
but
it for Mexico.
but we're talking about the company's biggest prize, which is the championship.
That is Triple A's biggest prize, though.
Right,
Are we
but Triple
talking
A's
about
owned
like
by
America?
WWE.
Or are we
I'm talking
Only-
about
in Mexico. Like we said, we might be talking $2. We might be talking about two different things. In Mexico, it might be like, oh, well, this is the biggest prize, and in the U.S., this is the biggest prize.
I'm talking about company wise.
You know,
Everybody who's working for the WWE wants to end up being the WWE champion. You see what I'm saying? And I think
I think he could. He needs to get away from this cheating,
Right.
joking type thing. I think that his
Right.
gimmick is just fine. I think that they're just keep throwing him into like constantly having to cheat in order to win when he shouldn't have to do that. He's good on his own.
And
I mean,
that's
I
what I'm
get the
saying.
storyline, but it's almost overplayed at this point.
That's
And I
what
love
I'm
Dom.
saying.
Overplayed. That's
Is-
what I agree with you. Yeah.
I think the gimmick is fine. I just think he needs to get away from, like he said, the chewing gum punk, young punk type part of the gimmick,
Go
and
darker.
modify it up to
Go darker, you mean?
No. Just put more of an adult spin onto it because he's had that punk kid. He's been the punk kid of Rey Mysterio. That's just been a little
He
punk.
needs a break from the kid part of it. He needs to become an adult.
Right, and make it more of an adult character instead of the punk kid chewing gum, like he said, and everything, and doing all that
Okay.
stuff.
That makes
The
sense.
gimmick itself is great, Dirty
Yeah.
Dom and all that stuff. It's just kind of like Triple H or Shawn Michaels. They, you have to, or anybody, Bret Hart. You have to modify that, what you've already
To
got
grow them
going
up.
and working to modify it up to another level. It's what he's done so far has been great, and it's done. It's got his foot in the door, and he's got belts and titles and recognition. But what can you do now to freshen it up and make it even better?
Right.
I agree with
I
saying
get
that.
it.
Like I said, yeah.
And yeah, Braun Breaker is. I just wish he'd change it name. I hate that.
Oh, you so hating on the name. I love
I
the
You
name.
say
Like
that
I said,
hating on the
Damn it.
name, man.
I
think
cannot
Like,
about
it's just
Peter
a
stand it.
name.
Parker.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
generic.
Who cares? So is Peter Parker, but people love that shit. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
but Peter Parker wasn't saving the world. Spider Man was.
yeah, but still,
That
it's just
spear
the
will.
name is catchy. Braun Breaker.
I
You know
don't
what I'm
think it's
saying?
Braun
catchy. I think
Breaker
it.
is like like a hellacious name.
I think
And-
okay.
Now you got to get rid of Bronson Reed for it to actually be good, though.
We need a poll. We need anybody who's watching and listening or whatever comment. Is Braun Breaker a good name or is it generic from like the 50s and 60s?
I don't think it is because of how explosive he is.
Yeah,
But see, I don't think the name matches him.
I
Yeah, it
do.
does.
I just,
Yes,
I
it
don't
does.
know.
Braun.
I
We
don't
do need a
know.
poll on that, though.
I think of an electrician or something whenever I don't
That's what I'm
know.
saying. Like a blue collar, you know.
Yeah, I
Not
know.
a,
I
Which
want
is
not,
what
not,
he.
not a stunning Steve type of guy. Not a playboy or nature boy. We're talking about a Braun Breaker. We're like a blue collar. I'm gonna come in here, kick some ass,
Brute.
drink some beer type shit, like a Stone Cold type name.
Like, I don't see how you don't see his spear and think Breaker. Like, his spear is hellacious.
I'm gonna end up having to go live tonight and get a poll
Yes,
going
please do, because I don't know why we haven't done that yet on all the lives we've done.
because I've forgotten about it because I hate
I
thinking
have
about his
to.
name.
I have to.
Let's see.
A best place to
think
hash that out.
I think I'm down to my last one. Okay, so this man, I seen this and oh crap, I think it kind of dilutes what the Grand Slam champion is. And I hate to say that, but
Oh, God, I hate this.
look
What,
at this. These are all the Grand Slam champions in WWE history.
When they gave John Cena that Intercontinental Championship 2 weeks ago, that's when they screwed it all up.
So who all we
Personally.
got there? We got Shawn. Who is that second one?
It looks like Triple. It looks
Shawn,
like
Triple H,
I can't say
Kane,
that.
Jericho, Kurt Angle. Is that Eddie Guerrero?
Eddie
Yeah,
Guerrero.
that's Eddie.
Is that
How is-
Edge?
Yeah, I think so. Who's in the middle?
Yeah, it's Edge, Rob Van Dam, Booker T, Jeff Hardy. I
Who's
can't
got
see
Jeff
who that
Hardy?
one is.
My bad. My eyes are bad and I can't see that screen, so I'm gonna pull this picture up on my phone.
Christian, Big
So we got-
Show.
We
The
got Shawn
Miz.
Michaels, Triple H, Kane, Jericho, Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero, Edge, RVD, Booker T, Jeff Hardy, JBL, Christian, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, Bryan Danielson or Daniel Bryan, whichever you want to call him, The Miz, The Big Show, Seth Rollins, Kofi Kingston, Rey Mysterio, Bailey, Asuka, Kevin Owens representing. Let's see, Rhea Ripley, AJ Styles, Charlotte, what's her name?
Sasha Banks.
Yeah, Sasha Banks. I was going to call her new name.
Mercedes Mahone.
Yeah. Finn Balor, Becky Lynch, Io Sky, and John Cena.
I feel like some of those might be wrong.
Yeah.
I feel no. I've looked it all up. They're all there.
Oh, have you?
Finn
There-
Balor
Well, when
is
they
a-
put John in
is a Grand
there,
Slam?
Yeah, because
They
he was
just
the
threw that
Universal
for me.
Champion. It was only for a
Yeah.
day, but he won it and had to relinquish it because of that shoulder injury.
the next night.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally the next night.
He's held every championship. And that's the thing. Looking at that list, and I'm just eliminating the women off of it and everything because the women are just now getting recognized the way they should be. But the
Agreed.
men's list, I think it's way too diluted.
90%.
I
of
don't
it-
think
don't
that it
have a
is
problem
because-
with it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry. I don't think that it is because if you think of the span of time that we've had all of these titles and stuff and was able to consider a Grand Slam champion, we've had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of wrestlers flood in and out that literally anybody could have done it. Anybody could have made their way up and did this. So actually, I don't think it's really that many.
I don't think it's a lot. I just think that, like, to me, the Grand Slam championship should be something that's a little bit more prestigious than just so many people having their hands on it. You know what I'm saying?
See,
Because
I'm kind of like Vipers on here. Like I said, I mean, like given the amount of wrestlers there are, like kind of like in the NBA and the NFL or whatever, this is kind of a really small list compared to how many people there were. Now, I don't agree with some of them. Like I said, Finn Balor, Kobe Kingston. I'm not exactly huge fan of those. And maybe it was a downtime in the in the company's history, and they needed to
Who
try
is
something
that?
new or whatever.
Who's the one between Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns? I can't understand the face.
between Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns
Yeah.
is Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, and
No
Dean Ambrose,
way.
I'm
It
not a
looks
huge
like
see, like him. I'm a little shocked that he is a Grand Slam winner and shit. Um, and I think like I said, and the first first 3 layers on top, like I really don't have a problem with at all. Like
it's the
obviously
ones toward the
Triple
bottom.
H, Shawn, Eddie, RVD's kind of a little suspect. Like no offense and shit.
I agree.
I agree with that one.
No offense, Vipers. Jeff Hardy, I'm a little, but
No, I kind of agree with that one. I as much as I love me some Jeff Hardy, obviously, but I kind of agree with that one. But Kevin Owens needs to go up. He needs to be up in that top block.
And maybe like a little bit with JBL too, but JBL's been around a long time, so I kind of see it, and he's a good worker and shit. So I guess
See, I'm the same way with Ray, and it's not because of the fact that I don't like Ray. It's just I just never seen Ray as a world champion.
Well, it's hard when he goes against people like Big Show that outweigh
Right.
him by like a fucking car.
Right.
I believe that
Batista.
Batista, that he's really going to beat these people no matter. I don't give a hell what you're throwing at him. Like, unless you're hitting them with a cement brick, man, you're not beating none of these people in real life.
That's one that surprises me isn't on here. Batista.
Who?
He's not a Grand Slam? Was he
No.
missing?
He didn't win the
don't know.
WWE championship.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, he was
didn't
world
win
champion.
the WWE
Yeah.
championship.
Was he a tag champ? Or
But he was a world champion.
I thought-
They just consider a world champion with Grand Slam champion.
So Grand Slam is what?
No.
Tag, world,
Intercontinental tag, and well now it would be world, intercontinental, and not, by world I mean either or.
Like European or intercontinental.
The intercontinental, the US, and the tag would be a Grand Slam champion now, because you have to win every title that the company has to offer at that time.
Okay. See, but that kind of changes something too, because now in certain
That
aspects,
changes the rules.
Yeah, that adds a little more difficulty to it.
Well, because see, I agree with that, because there's times when there's extra championships in the fold and times when there's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's so like when Shawn when he became the first ever Grand Slam champion, there was only the world, the intercontinental, the tag team, and the European.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then now you fast forward, and there's been times when there's been 5 championships, adding like the hardcore title.
Yeah, the cruiserweight or the light heavyweight,
right? Which I mean, I guess you have to be in that category to win those. But I mean, you see what I'm saying? There's so many different factors. So I guess it's just what was when you were wrestling, what has been the championships that are there at that time. I don't know. It is confusing. I have some issues with it, but like I said, I feel like the Grand Slam champion title is something that's very, I guess, unique. I didn't realize that Triple H was the second ever Grand Slam champion. I thought it was actually Jericho.
Not surprised.
But it wasn't. because this has got it in date order.
Oh, the people who won in the
Yeah, so this is the order in which the Grand Slam champion list was added to.
Yeah, I was going to say it seems like it was in order, like
Yeah.
timeline was.
So it's Shawn, then Triple H, then Kane, then Jericho, then Kurt Angle, then what's his name? Eddie Guerrero. And see, that's another name that surprises me on there is Stone Cold.
Was the Eddie? Oh, yeah.
And The Rock. But at the time, they didn't win the Hardcore Championship.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but
See, like I don't think that should be considered part of that. Like, I don't know. That's why I'm saying there's so many different rules. You can spin it so many different ways. I don't know.
But that's the thing. The general rule is you have to win every championship that's available during your run. And the Hardcore Championship was a championship during that run that they never won.
I don't have a problem with that, though. Like I said, I mean, it kind of makes sense. But, it makes it a lot harder. Like I said, that's why, like I said, like given how many people that went through and how long wrestling's been around, to me, that list is not as I guess like diluted, like as you put it. But I do agree that I'm shocked that there's some people who are Triple Crown winners and like others aren't. Like we said, like The Rock or like a Stone Cold compared to like a Kofi Kingston or a RVD. Ambrose. Yeah, or RVD. Yeah. Like wow.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's crazy. That's all the stories I've got. This is breaking news here on Headlocks, Heels, and Havoc, guys. And it doesn't happen all the time, but it's a rare occurrence, like Haley's comment. Uncle Slam's got some news.
All right. Y'all want to hear the news? I know it's shocking.
And it's like Three-Eye Atlas. We got to keep our eyes on
right.
And I kind of hate to beat a dead horse because we kind of touched on this like a little bit earlier. Talking about like given Triple H's running the company and the way things have changed since TKO has taken over the WWE. And I was reading an article and it was talking about that they have fans have renamed this era the Ruthless Depression era.
I've heard of that. I've heard that.
I love it.
Yeah, because of when Triple H took over, and they said it began January 6th, 2025. Which I mean.
Wasn't that a day that Raw started on Netflix?
Yeah, no. I think it was WrestlePalooza, wasn't it?
Or maybe it wasn't.
No, January. Did you say January?
It's January 6th.
Yeah. That was first night of Raw on Netflix.
Oh, was it? Okay. Well, then, but fans are talking about because like you said, Netflix premiering on is basically the starting point where things kind of went down or have become boring now. And WWE always talks about, we're selling out this, we're selling out that. That's when increased ticket prices hit. That's when ads started hitting the rings. That's when subscription prices led to a bunch of people, including some of us, not watching it like we used to. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, it just kind of taken away. And I don't know if a lot of people haven't noticed, but SmackDown has dipped to under 1 million viewers for the first time in history.
Yep.
That just shows how many people it's not interesting. It's not worth the hassle to go look for it, to pay the extra money for it. I mean, I think they said SmackDown, it was 10/31. They were having their lowest attendance since October 2021. So now we're starting to see people are not showing up because ticket prices are so fucking high. The product's not as good. There's no reason for them to fight or to pay all this extra money for tickets and stuff.
Why would I go pay good money to see shitty wrestling? No offense, I'm not saying anything bad about the performers. Performers are going out there doing it every night. It's not the performer's fault that the product's crap. I'm saying, well, I mean, it can be because they can be lazy in the ring, but we're not going to put it off on them because we all know it's WWE that's doing it. They're pushing the same stupid story week in, week out that nobody's caring about anymore. We're tired of seeing the same, 5, 6 people. But why would I sit there and pay extra money to go see that live when I can sit at home and watch decent in ring wrestling and watch a shitty story with AEW? You know what I'm saying? It's the same exact thing. Decent in ring, story's crap.
And
I already
also and they're also saying that the bookings are worse than 1995, 2010, and 2019.
Wow.
Believe that.
I know. Wow. I don't know if that was some dark years for wrestling.
Yes, it was.
Storylines and shit like that. But I kind of agree with some of this that's going around and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are noticing. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you watch wrestling for years and years, like, you come to expect a certain standard when it comes to your storylines, your wrestling, your prices and stuff like that. And like we said, prices have dipped and the quality has not kept up with it. You can't feed me fucking hamburger but charge me for a fucking T-bone steak and think I'm going to keep eating that shit and be okay with it. It's just not going to happen. And I don't put it all on Triple H, but unfortunately, when you're the boss and shit, that falls on you. It's just like being a head coach of a team. Like, if your team doesn't play well, like, they're not going to come, they're not firing them players. They're getting rid of the coach first. And unfortunately, a lot of it does fall on him or whatever. So, I hate to beat the dead horse, because I know we've talked about a lot about how, as much as we love wrestling, it's just not what it used to be. And the taxing of the fans is just not going to work. Now, I mean, there was, I was watching, I think Raw last week, and there actually was a decent story. There were some surprises. It wasn't the same old. So, but how long is that can continue? One good day don't make a whole month and shit. So, hopefully,
I'm gonna stick by what I said earlier. I'm getting WCW vibes.
Hopefully not. Like I said, I mean, but I wouldn't be surprised. Like I said, I mean, corporate has a way of fucking killing creativity, killing what made something great because they want to monetize it and squeeze every last dollar out of it.
The thing of it is like, I never saw a world where Vince McMahon didn't own the WWE.
Very sure.
But then it came to reality. My question is are we actually tinkering with the reality and possibility that there could be a world without the WWE?
Absolutely.
And I know that sounds crazy with them to be with as big as and money maker as they are now. If this continues, like I said, TKO is going to, they're going to cut ties. We're not. What good does it do to keep a company that's always in the red?
It's an investment to them and shit. Like, it never was about loving the business or loving wrestling. They just saw it as a way that to have long-term revenue because wrestling fans are loyal. Like us, as an example, how long have all of us been watching wrestling and, for, what, a couple of decades probably and shit.
I'm hitting at least 40 years.
So like, and we've devoted a lot of time, probably money too, into watching this, which, we've been doing constantly for years and years. And they know that, fans are like that. They're going to keep spending their money, but not if you kill what makes it good. Like we said before, when you're outpricing fans and families and shit where they can't bring their kids, then that's going to cut that cycle. They're not going to, their kids ain't going to bring their kids if they've never seen a wrestling match before. Unless they get lucky and start going to some indie matches and then be like, oh, wow, this is pretty, It's just like when I took my nephew. He's going to ask me at least twice, when are we going back to see wrestling again and stuff? You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't care that it wasn't John Cena and shit. Like, he just wanted to go because he had a good time and he was like, wow, this is awesome.
Yep.
But like I said, if I never took him or or like if tickets were so expensive, he would never have that experience, and he would never say that. And that's exactly what's happened to wrestling. Like right now, it's just they're just sucking the joy out of it and shit. They're
They are.
taxing us to death.
So we thank you, all the indie wrestlers and promotions out there who keep the joy alive in wrestling.
Yes,
Absolutely.
definitely. A lot of people don't probably understand that. Yeah, but a lot of indie wrestling probably has saved the big wrestling, and people just don't know it.
Very
Because
true.
when the product, it just gives you the options. There's options out there with indie wrestling and stuff. You don't have to just settle for, like you said, the same old week in, week out. I don't know. Look, I just that's why I say I hate that there's not another company out there right now that can truly rival WWE. Because at this point, WWE doesn't see AEW as a threat.
Well, it's
That
not just yet. Like I said, because they've had such monopoly on wrestling for decades
For
and shit.
so long.
And they are the standard, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like trying to stand up to, Microsoft or, Apple or some shit. You know what I'm saying? You're going against
Mhm.
established behemoth. So like it's gonna take time, but it can happen. I mean,
oh
very
yeah,
easily. It might take several years, but like nobody thought that WCW would ever give WWF a run for its ride. And then what happened? It took a couple of good stories and a couple of really good wrestlers, and we got the Monday Night Wars. So
Mhm.
same thing's possible. Like I said, I mean, now that's something I wouldn't mind seeing. Again, is somebody giving them competition where they start writing better stories, where they get nervous, and like we got to bring our A game every fucking night,
hmm
Right.
not just be happy with because well, I mean we're the big boys now. Hey, we got the most money, so nobody can fuck with us. No, it's not like that.
it's just yeah. I, I don't want to call it professional because that's not what it is, because the indie scenes are professional too, but the non-indie scenes, the big promotions, I don't think they get it much anymore, especially
Mm-mm.
WWE. And I think that's partially because of TKO doesn't get the wrestling business. They just don't understand it. And I've watched tons of interviews on podcasts with former wrestlers who say the same thing. They
Yeah,
just don't get
Mm.
the business. That's the problem right now.
yeah.
It's crazy.
But that's all I got right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'll turn over to the Vipers.
I think I only have just a couple for this week because I didn't really overly prepare because I was expecting Adrian on today. So, but I do have a couple. The one I'll start off with this one because I specifically did not get a picture of this. And the reason being is because it's an invasion of privacy, and I do not condone this type of behavior. But you all being men, I just wanted your opinion. I don't know if you all have seen about AJ Lee and the fan that AI generated her to kiss
Oh
him.
yeah, yes, I saw that. That's
I did
creepy as
see that.
fuck.
So I
And
didn't get the picture specifically because that is an invasion of her privacy, and she did request for him to take it down, which he did not, and is still going places.
it's
How do
on the
you
internet.
all
It's
feel?
going to be there forever.
Yeah, me being a woman, I'm just gonna say that's an utter evasion. Like that's just complete invasion of privacy right there. Like there's literally no call for that, and you are a disgusting person for trying to do that or
Did
even
she
creating that in the first place.
did she actually pose with him for a picture
Nope.
and then like
Nope.
he modified it to look, because I thought I seen another picture where they're standing there side by side, but it's
See,
not. She's just smiling like a fan interaction
yeah,
type
yeah, like
picture.
see, like that was
I don't
my
know.
understanding was that it was just like a meet and greet, like a normal one where she stood beside him, they took a picture, but then he took the AI and made it look like they were kissing.
Yeah.
I'm
And you
not
know what?
entirely sure, but either way, it is a is
Yeah,
disgusting behavior.
yeah, it's just
I just think
creepy
it's
shit.
stupid. Yeah, it's creepy as hell. You know, like I
Okay, so
mean,
I'm just making sure that I'm not the only one that thinks it's creepy. Please
well,
leave these female wrestlers alone. They have a life. They like, please, people.
I mean,
That's
it's just
That's
probably
all I
common
gotta say.
decency. You know what
that's
I'm
probably
saying?
just a tame version of probably what he's doing to some of these photos. To be honest, I
Right.
hate to say it.
I was
And
going
it's
to say the same thing.
and that's where the problem is where, you know, what else are you doing? What else is on your laptop, you know, with these pictures and stuff and everything? Because
Creeps
like
me out
I
so
think
bad.
do I think it was like a huge invasion of privacy? No, because of the fact that he didn't
I
like really
do.
get into her personal pictures. Do I think it was kind of like Josh said, creepy to sit there and modify a picture like that she was nice enough to take with you as a fan? You know what I'm saying? That would be like, you know, one of us taking a picture of one of the wrestlers we've done something like that. You know, that wasn't the intention in the picture. So stop trying to make people think that's what it was.
Well, it's
You
also
know
like
what I'm saying?
copyright too and shit. You got to figure out that's your likeness, that's your image, and if somebody's distorting that, that
Right.
could hurt your brand. That could
Exactly.
make people get the wrong idea. So I understand why she's totally upset with that
Oh, I do
post, but
too.
it really is weird. It's like I have a husband and shit. I got a man. Why are you now? Like if he had it on his desktop at his house or something where nobody saw, I don't really give a fuck because that's between him and himself. But like you take it and you post it online because people will believe that shit and then they're gonna
Yes.
and some weirdo out there might be like, oh well, she kisses her fans, so I'm gonna try that and shit.
And not only
And
that, then does that make Phil come back to her? And I say Phil, CM Punk. Does that make him come back to her and be like, "Did this really happen?"
yeah,
You know,
No,
and it's
I
just
don't think he's really
I
that
don't no
person.
no
But
no I
still,
don't
at the
think he
same time,
would.
I'm just like,
I'm saying, but that could, you know, cause issues like that. You know what I'm saying?
I
Is this
guess
a
it's
real
different
picture?
being a woman because, like, see, she's going to be the one that's looked at as weird because it's her doing it. Like, I mean, I guess he is being looked at as weird too, but if it was me, I would be personally, like, I would feel like I was completely violated.
It was just a stupid thing to do. I mean, be fans, but be fans in an appropriate way. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? I mean, I've met,
there are
plenty of,
laws in place, people.
well, it's not even about laws. It's just about decency. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't need laws to be decent. You know, I've
Apparently,
met plenty
nowadays you
of
do.
beautiful women that are in the wrestling industry, but never
Without
once.
throwing yourself at them.
Right. Just because they stand and take a picture with you does not mean that they want you.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Just they're doing you a favor because you're supposed to be a fan.
yeah.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? Like we have a friend of ours that we see at the Elite Wrestling Alliance, Black Dahlia. I know she has a nerve disease and everything, and
Mm.
she's more than gracious to stand and take pictures and everything. And because I know this, I purposely try not to touch her anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just an innocent, like both
Out
of
of
us
respect.
putting our hands around each other's shoulder, you know what I'm saying, just to take a picture or something. I try not to do that because you don't know if that's gonna make her hurt, from her, nerve problem and everything, or what,
hmm
just be respectful. Like prime example, guys, for all you wrestling fans out there that take pictures with the ladies and all you ladies that take pictures with the men. Watch the way Keanu Reeves takes pictures with women. He does not touch them, just out of respect. You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't know it. It's just that simple. You don't have to have laws to be decent. Just treat people with respect and thank them for doing you the favor of giving you a picture with one of your favorite wrestlers or whatever it may
hmm
be, celebrities in general. It just, I don't know. People's decency nowadays just AI is going to cause more problems than what it's going to help.
I think so too. That's my point too. I
And
just think
guys,
AI is just
We're only 4 years away till the events of Terminator 2. No, I'm just
No, we already passed that. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
No,
we're already past that.
2029 was whenever it shows them the robots crushing the skulls and everything in part 2.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say Judgment Day was
Mhm.
supposed to already happen and shit.
Yeah, the nuclear bombs done went off and everything.
Yeah.
It's just, maybe that's what's wrong,
That's
man.
funny.
We're really just living in limbo now because the bombs really did blow us all up. Who knows?
It could be like the Matrix, we're all just a bunch of,
Right.
fuel for the machines.
Oh, well, I believe that, but that's a whole nother show. But yeah, I mean, it's been a good show. What is that? Oh, okay. I think that's all your older stuff. I don't know. I thought I deleted all that stuff off there.
No, this is my stuff that I just put on right before the show started.
Oh, I did not know that. I was like, what is all? Because I'm glad I didn't delete it off there because I was getting ready to. Because I thought that was
That's
stuff from
funny.
a couple of weeks ago.
Let me make sure. Actually, I think that one was from a week ago. Okay, so it goes back to the money situation. Let me make sure. Hold on, let me find the second part of it because I had a second part to it. That one. Okay. So this ticket cost for Elimination Chamber this year, or well, this next coming up Elimination Chamber has drastically jumped. It's supposed to be in Chicago. It's going to take place February 28th, 2026. It says that off-center front row seats are available for roughly about $5,180, and it making them some of the most expensive non-packaged front row seats that WWE has ever offered. It goes on to say that the ringside row one center packages are listed at around $32,500 per seat. And the availability is extremely limited, but it has perks like priority entrance, exclusive merchandise, meet and greets, and other VIP experiences. But who can afford $3,200 for one seat?
Man, for $32,000, I better get a whole wrestler. Fuck that shit.
That's
I
my
want a
year.
whole person.
I literally, me and my boyfriend, we literally make $32,000 a year. That's a year's income for me.
He said,
need a
I better
whole
get my
person.
own wrestler.
Fuck yeah, 32.
I'm gonna get my own wrestler.
I want a whole wrestler, man. I want
Right.
Tark,
I want a whole
Morgan,
wrestler for that.
I want one, and I ain't talking about a hornswoggle and shit. Like I want a full grown whole ass wrestler.
For $32,000, I better get the Big Show.
Fuck,
Right?
What are we doing?
something.
Like, damn.
They don't.
And
But-
like, if that's Elimination Chamber, I mean, just imagine,
WrestleMania.
in,
Or
like,
Royal
Saudi Arabia
Rumble.
or some shit. Yeah,
It's going to be ridiculous.
we're probably talking like
It's
50 at
just-
least.
The numbers were just outrageous to me.
The
And-
numbers are outrageous because it's just stupid that anybody has to pay that much to go watch
Mhm.
wrestling.
Shouldn't have to.
Again, I'm going to harken back. Save you $32,000. Go get your family a damn good meal at a damn good restaurant, and then go check out an indie show after. I promise you'll go home just as satisfied.
Mhm.
You'll still go home with $30,000 in your pocket. What the fuck
Right.
you talking about? Shit.
And
And-
that's spending $1,000 on a good meal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Everybody
'Cause the
gets a
indie show ain't gonna
porterhouse.
cost that much. Yeah. And the indie show ain't gonna cost that much.
No, I mean it just makes no sense. Sorry,
No. No, you're fine. Well, the last one that I have is an opinion for everybody. This was a quote from Soraya, aka Paige. She said, I just found like this new love for wrestling again. And this is about her possibility of returning to WWE. I just found like this new love for wrestling again. And I found this new passion for it again. I'm going to go into training in January and we'll see where that takes me. If I was ever to come back to WWE, not saying that I am, but if I was to ever come back, I would want to be at the top of my wrestling game, better than I was when I was wrestling back in NXT, you know. So that's absolutely my goal. So that she's wrestled Natty a few times in Dungeon in Florida, and that she misses it, and that she there's a higher percent chance for her to come back now. How do you all feel about Paige coming back?
I was always a big, huge fan of Paige. I
Me
thought she was
too.
good at what she did and everything.
Love
My
her
only
in-ring
thing
talent.
is as long as your neck's okay. Like
True that.
dealing.
Yes.
For the
Well,
injuries or
yeah.
for the controversy and shit? Because I thought, didn't she have some photos come out? And
Well, she
some
got her
shit?
neck broke.
Was that what it was?
That was the
Yeah.
main reason. Yeah.
And then the
She
controversy
did have a sex tape out with
isn't it Xavier Woods?
Xavier Woods. Thank you.
Yeah. But I mean,
But like that's besides the point. Her in-ring talent is really good, and I like her a lot. So I would
all
be
I'm
okay
going to
with it.
say,
Go ahead.
I was just going to say is dealing with a neck problem myself, and mine's nowhere near even a broken neck.
Mhm.
You know, it's severely limits what I can do with my right arm anymore until I get this bone spur out, because it just shoots pain down my arm.
Right.
So, you know, just dealing with the neck pain I am, if she does come back where she's had a broken neck, just take care of yourself is all I can say. You know, I don't want to see you getting stretchered out because of the fact that, you know, you decided to come back when you shouldn't have, or whatever, you know, or a freak accident happens. Just take care of yourself. That's all I'm going to say, is because I know noodle arm ain't no fun.
Yeah. As long as she can compete at a high level and she doesn't have, you know, and she's not doing any damage or making her injury worse than it was, I say bring her back. Like, I liked her. I thought she was a good talent. I thought, you know, she did a great job, like when she was in the ring. But at the same time, you also got to realize today is a lot more, what's the best word? Rough or like women are a lot more talented. So, you know, it's a lot more extreme now than it was before, when it was, you know, like women's wrestling. Because if you look at matches now, like they're doing the shit like the men. So there's definitely a lot more chance of getting hurt than it was before. So
Well, she was part of the revolution, so
So like you got to keep that in mind. Like I'm kind of like, you know, the legend. As long as she can do it safely, I say let her go. You know, like let her do her thing.
I agree. I mean, my only other cautionary tale, if she does come back to WWE, is WWE, please keep her away from Nia Jax.
Please do. Oh my Lord Jesus, please.
Like that woman, I'm sorry. I don't mean to speak bad, but I
just get rid of the Annihilator. We go over this all the time. Just get rid of the Annihilator. I'm fine.
I'd be okay if they just moved her to being a manager, because I'm sorry, she just hurts people, and it just, I don't want to see people getting hurt. You know, at the end of the day, you got to understand that either I have to change what I'm doing, or I got to retire, because, you know, Bayway, what's up, man? Glad you're here, man. You know, she's just going to have to retire. I don't know. I don't like Nia Jax because of the fact that I don't feel like she has taken into consideration that I've hurt people. So I need to stop hurting people. So I need to go back to go back and learn how to work as a giant.
Yeah.
Instead of just trying to learn to work as a wrestler. You know,
right.
she's I don't know. I hate it, because she Nia could be such a great asset, because again, she could be that Andre the Giant of women's division. But Andre wasn't hurting people unless he really wanted to.
Yeah. Now,
know,
like I said, I mean, there's been plenty of big wrestlers, big men that like know how to use their weight without crushing people. So I think it's kind of like you said, she needs to find somebody who's used to being a bigger wrestler to kind of show her how to use that weight without hurting people or whatever. Because I don't like to lose her
Hmm.
as a talent because I think she's good on the mic and I think she's a decent wrestler. I'm like you, but like
Love
if
her.
the pattern continues with hurting people, then something's got to change.
mhm.
I agree. Can't just be hurting people. This is your job. That's all I got for today, though, y'all. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm weak this
Still,
week.
still had a good show. We still went like 90 minutes. So
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we got an hour
as
and a
we
half.
normally do, you know. But yeah, I just like I said, check out a if I could spit it out, AMW. I always want to say AEW, but Appalachian Mountain Wrestling. They are putting on a great pay per view tonight. Like we said, we ran down the lineup for you earlier. There's going to be a lot of great matches.
Can't wait.
We also want to announce that we are getting with Adrian Alexander of Elite Wrestling Alliance. We are going to be raffling off a shirt that which event was it again?
This next
Viper.
one, it'll be
No, no,
Prime 20.
no. The event that he went through the table.
Prime 16.
So at Prime 16, Adrian Alexander got sent through a table and was
My clip disappeared, you guys. I'm so sorry.
and we love the fact that he went through the table with one of our shirts on. We're not glad that he went through the table, but hey, at least he was representing us
fun.
too at the same time. So we appreciate that, Adrian. But we want to announce that between now and sometime before Christmas, we're going to get the date set for sure and post it on our page. But we are going to be holding a raffle for the shirt that he was wearing during that choke slam through the table. And we are also going to throw in a Headlocks, Heels, and Havoc t-shirt. But we are going to talk with Adrian about seeing if we can get it autographed by all the stars that are going to be appearing at, what is it, Prime
20.
Prime 20 on December 13th. And
Yes.
that way, maybe about a few days later, we can do the drawing and get you all, a shirt and a couple pieces of memorabilia and some autographs. But all proceeds are going to go to either a food bank, a couple of food banks. We're just going to try to find some people locally that can use the money during the holiday season and try to help somebody out, help as many people out as we can. We don't want to say somebody. We're going to do everything we can. So
try to help multiple people.
that's it. So definitely, check it out. Come to the Facebook page and, buy you a ticket, raffle ticket and everything. We'll get everything set up for how you can and everything. We'll have all the details on there, hopefully by tomorrow evening. But we're just trying to do something to help some people out during the holidays. We know times are rough and, anything we can do to help, y'all help us by being here and supporting us. So, it's the least we can do to give back a little bit to you all and, gives you all a chance to help somebody else too as well. Anybody got anything else?
No, that's all for today.
Well, guys, if that's the case, we know what that referee's done. He's hit that 3 count and he is ringing that damn bell.